Well, hello there, Amazon shoppers. I've got a new style hearing aid that goes in your ear for you to look at. This is sold by Novory, Novory. You'll find them on Amazon under electronics or hearing products. Um, I guess first, let me show you some of the things you get with it. It comes in a nice case with room for batteries, the hearing aid, all that. Uh, Comes in a nice cardboard reinforced shipping container so you won't have it damaged. This is a model Lawen, Laiwen, model OR25. And they come in two colors, either blue or red. And they fit either ear. I'll show you the size of it. Have to put this behind it where it'll focus. This is really small, but not nearly as small as some of the ones that shove way up in your ears. So this is really good for older people, I think. Here's the working part you would grab. It goes in your ear, left or right ear, it doesn't matter. And it'll go in something like this. And you can see the one little button there at the top left of the picture. Right below it's the microphone. And in the center, can you folks see that? Yeah. In the center of it is the where the battery goes in. Let me get my finger. I don't like fingernails, pardon me. There we go. That opens it. And can you still see that? Yeah. Now this uses a Model 312 battery, which you can find at most places, grocery stores, supermarkets. And I wanted to show you this little cleaning brush that comes with it. Has a little wax removal at one end, a little horseshoe kind of shaped thing, and the brush, but also has a magnet in it on the end of it, which is pretty cool. It makes it easy to put the battery into the deal here. So you just pick it up with that, put that in like that, get that out of the way, and the battery only goes in there one way. You'll hear it mentioning, oh, make sure the plus is da-da-da-da-da. Well, it'll only fit one way if you look at it. Oops, I've got that there. It's bigger at one end, the top of it. Can I get that to focus? Should be, there we go. The top of it there is a different size than the bottom. And when you look at the little piece it goes in, it'll only go one way. Don't ever force it. It's really easy to open and shut. That goes in. This little piece is not really an antenna, as a lot of people seem to think it is. This is just to help pull it out of your ear. The way this works, everything is controlled. Again, I can't get the focus this thing. Everything is controlled by the one button right up there at the top. There you go. And right below it's the microphone. You can see the button, the little thing that goes in and out. And this comes with 5, 6 different earpieces. They're right here. They're regular domes, and then they're the real soft skirts, kind of a flat dome. And inside of this are little earwax protectors. And they come with a little package of 5 of these. You can get more easily. And an applicator. That's the little white things right here. They fit in the little hole to keep from getting wax in it, because if you get wax in it, it'll kind of stop up and you'll hear a reduction in volume. But anyway, those are easy to remove. The little black piece stick in here, one end removes it, the old one, and the other end puts the new one in. So it's kind of fun. Anyway, I showed you the box. The manual has pretty much everything in it. Shows you how to do different things, the program settings, the volumes. I'll walk you through that too. Also, it's good information on their webpage. If you look at that, normally I would say read the reviews, but this is a new product, so there aren't only 3 reviews on it. But this is, like I said, made by Laowan, and it's an OR25. And the purpose of this is it's bigger. Most of the ones you'll find that fit in your ear are so tiny. I'm 76 years old, to give you an example, and I'm a retired musician, so I have some fairly decent amount of hearing loss. And some of the ones that fit in your ear are so small, they're really hard for us older folks to work the functions on. But the way this is shaped, the button is at the top when it goes in your ear, so it's easy to find. And I'll give you an example what all the button does. You can turn it off or on with that. If you hold it down about 5 or 6 seconds, you'll hear 4 beeps, da, 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 little melody kind of thing. That turns it off. You can also push it and hold it down for about 5 seconds. It'll turn it back on. And this is handy if you want to stop listening to it, or if you're getting distortion because you're in a real crowded place, something like that, without having to wave to everybody that you're taking out your hearing aid. You can just hold that button down for about 5 seconds and it's off. So no more distraction from that. It's like I said, the little white silicone piece there is to pull it out. The battery goes in the center. The microphone is the little funny looking thing at the bottom left. Again, it looks kind of like a microphone if you look at it, little holes in it. And the button's at the top. Now the button controls the volume and the programs. This has 3 preset programs. And there, you hear one beep when you push it on. You hold it down for like 2 seconds, and that'll get you through the programs. And 1 beep is for the normal setting. 2 beeps is for the high frequency, it increases the higher frequencies. And 3 is for the lower frequencies. So you've got 3 choices there to play with, or try out, I should say, not play with, but to see which works best for you. There are 9 volume settings. Each one is 1 beep when you press the button. And you'll go from low setting, minimum, and every time you press it, it'll get 1 step louder, and it'll go all the way up until the loudest, and you'll hear 2 beeps that lets you know you've maxed out the volume. Press it again, it'll go back down to the bottom, to the lowest setting, and as you press it, it'll go back up 1 step at a time. And this is not really complicated, but if you're not used to these, or have never had one of this type before, it takes a few minutes of playing with it to get it where you understand how it all works and how to control it. But once you do, you'll really be happy with it. It's got 8 channels and 16-band digital processing, which the translation to that is you'll get a great sound out of it. It's really as good at suppressing noise that you don't want to hear, and it'll emphasize speaking voice, which is what you're really after. And music sounds good on this. And like I said, it's got a memory function. Once you find the volume you like and the program you like, if you leave it alone or put it in your ear, whichever, but let it run for about 10 minutes, a little over, it's probably a good idea. But after you do that, it has a memory function, and whenever you turn it back on, after you turn it off, it'll come back to the setting that you had chosen, that you had left on. So you don't have to adjust it each time. But when you put it in your ear, each time you want to try not to hit the little button up there because you'll start changing things. So once you get the setting the way you want it, check it out, see where that button is, and put it in your ear from down here, or where the wire is, and try not to disturb the button. If you do, it's not a big deal. You can always go back to where you had it. But the battery will last 5 to 7 days, maybe 8. Depends on the volume you play it at. Like I said, it uses a larger battery size. Most of the in-ear batteries for hearing aids use a number 10, 10A, A10, pardon me, but this uses a bigger battery, so you'll get more volume, more playtime out of it. Now these come with a 90-day no-hassle return. You can get your money back for up to 90 days, or replace it, return it, refund, whatever you choose. And it has a 1-year warranty, so it's guaranteed for a year. What else can I tell you about this? It's really fairly simple. That's about it. You can control the programs. They're preset, 3 different choices with that button. You can adjust the volume up and down with the same button, and you can turn it off and on with that button. So multi-purpose button, but there's nothing else to adjust. It's all down on that one button, and it depends on how long you hold it down each time. For the memory settings, you hold it down for a couple settings. For volume, just 1 second, and to turn it off, closer to 5 seconds. But now these come in 2 colors, blue and red. This is the blue one, obviously. And they're all flesh colored on the top. The part that sticks out of your ear a little bit is always flesh colored. It's just the color of the body. So if you got a left and a right hearing aid, and you want to make sure you get whichever, the blue one usually is the left, the red is the right. Make sure you have the settings set the way you want them, and then you put the correct one in each ear to make them where you had it before. Now these sell for around $100. Sometimes you'll find them with a discount, $10 off, something like that. But they're worth the money, and they'll really help your hearing. And for older people, like I said, like me, they're much easier to handle than the ones that go so far down in your ear. These go down far enough to give you good hearing, and you don't get stuck. You can pull them out with the little plastic piece. So look them up. They're on Amazon. Novory, Novory. You'll find them under hearing devices. These are actually hearing amplifiers. And somebody once said the difference between an amplifier, a hearing amplifier, and a hearing aid is roughly $5,000. So for $100, this is a good way to find out if you need a more expensive one. You probably not. Most people, really all they need is a little volume. But check these out, Novory on Amazon. And I think you'll enjoy them. If not, you can always return them for a refund or a different one if it doesn't work. Take care now. Thanks for watching.